All right. Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us on this webinar on LinkedIn events. From all of us at Ashland University, the College of Business and Economics, and the MBA Programs Office, we all sincerely hope that you and your family are safe and healthy. My name is Ron Mickler. I'm the Executive Director of the MBA program at Ashland University, and I put together here a short presentation here for you on maintaining normalcy and what's worked for me during this situation. And I look forward to hearing from you. So in the LinkedIn comments box, please add your own comments. What's helped you get through this situation? What is helping you? And where you're looking to go once this situation is over. And so I'm going to talk to you about all of my roles and my situation, working from home, still leading a team, moving things forward at work, and some tips and tricks that have helped me and my family. Hopefully they've helped you and yours, but again, I'd love to continue the conversation. So again, please feel free to send me an email, connect with me, or again, comment in the LinkedIn events comment box so we can carry on this conversation and all help each other. So the main thing is, we're all in this together. And, this is certainly not something where you will be fighting this uphill battle alone. We're all fighting this battle together. So let's get to work, even though it's from home or wherever you may be. But the main thing is we just got to keep moving forward in everything that we do. So I've designed 3 takeaways from this presentation. I hope you find value in this presentation. And so for what's worked for me has been inventing new ways for older teens, maintaining that familiarity and consistency, and then adopting that proactive, optimistic mindset. And so these 3 things have helped me so far. I look forward to having them help me and whatever else may be coming down the road. And so with all that, let's get to work. So if we all think about the roles in our lives, right? These are just my top 5, but all of us have several different roles, right? We can be spouses or siblings and aunts, uncles, etc. For this presentation, I just identified my top 5, right? So I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm a director, supervisor, I'm a doctoral student, and I certainly have hobbies, just like we all do. And so here's my situation. So I put together some photos of me with all these roles that I've identified. So in the center there is my beautiful wife. And of course, I have twin 4-year-old boys who are extremely active and can be challenging at times, but they're certainly making this situation a heck of a lot more fun working from home. And so again, I'm in the doctoral program. So if any of my doctoral faculty are watching, I'm sorry, but a lot of times I don't even know what's due. I know something is due. I just don't know what, and I'm just rolling with it as the days go on. I still get my stuff turned in on time, sometimes before ahead of time, but nevertheless, sometimes it's complicated to keep up with everything. Hobbies, I am a model railroader, so that's a picture of my boys and our train layout we built together. And then on the far left of your screen, or on your right rather, sometimes it's hard to balance everything that's going on with work during the week and family and things of that nature, but I always try and make a few minutes to take the kids out for a walk around the block with my wife, sometimes alone without my wife, give her a little bit of a break. And so that's just a photo of them riding their bike in our neighborhood. So in terms of a first step that I would recommend, or what's helped me, maintaining a routine. Okay, so there's a lot of information up here. This is just to give you a little snippet of what my life was like before the virus hit. So, wake up at 5, breakfast, lunch when I can at work. I always get distracted with impromptu meetings or a phone call or an unexpected email that comes in. I just want to take care of them before I know it. My afternoon is shot. And then, leave work by 5, try and get home by 6, have dinner, do homework, go to bed, next day, same thing. So that used to be my new normalcy. Again, bed by 9 p.m., boring. I know, it's tough. It's tough with a full-time job, 2-hour commute, 1 hour there, 1 hour back. Although those commutes really help me clear my mind, get ready for the day or unwind when I get home. Come home, do homework, eat, sleep, next day, you know, same thing. So it's been kind of like a Groundhog Day ever since then, but especially before then. You know, again, work schedule, 8 to 5s on normal days. Obviously, that's going to be impacted if I'm doing an information session or attending an event or anything like that. But for the most part, my normal day used to be 8 to 5 work day. Class schedule Wednesdays in the evening, 5 to 8. Normal routine. Now, if any of my doctoral faculty are watching, I do spend more than 6 hours per week on all my assignments and everything. But for an MBA student or for a graduate level type of student, the average norm is about 6 hours per week per course in terms of getting in all assignments, readings, projects, case studies, article reviews. Some classes may require a little bit more, others a little bit less. But for the average, I would probably suggest 6 hours per week per course. And then weekends, again, you know, more homework, playing with the kids, movies with my wife, you know, just trying to unwind and relax, yard work. But the main thing is that with routines, you want to keep on keeping on. And so now we've got this situation that we're all in where we're all working from home, right? And we're all, or we may be furloughed or laid off. And so, you know, in terms of creating a modified schedule, you know, actually right now, I actually do get a lunch, which is kind of surprising unless there's an impromptu Zoom meeting that comes up, or unless there's anyone watching this that's going to start scheduling Zoom meetings with me at noon. You know, but for right now, normally I do get a lunch, which is nice. So Zoom meetings. We've all got cases of the Zoomies or Zoomitis, whatever the terminology is. It's actually a real thing, though. I just read an article this past week on LinkedIn where we, those of us who are in Zoom meetings, we get so caught up with how we look on camera because we're able to see ourselves, how others look, that we actually feel like we're putting on a show. And so we're trying to make sure that we are tuning in 110% every second on a Zoom meeting, and it can be rather exhausting. So when, like with my schedule, normally it's about 5 to 8 per day, it can really lead to more exhaustion than when you're physically attending a meeting in person. Sometimes if you look at yourself, you're like, oh, I should have flossed after I just ate that snack, or whatever the case is. And so, you know, what's nice is that, you know, when or if these meetings end early, you know, I'm able to check in on my family real quick before I go to my next meeting, get a quick snack, you know, read a couple pages of homework, call my voicemail at work, whatever, do some email. The main thing, though, is it's all about time management, obviously. But, you know, for my schedule, and speaking of time management, for my schedule, I'm better in the morning than I am in the evening. Once 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock hit, it's like a wall, and I'm starting to, you know, wind down. And so, you know, with mostly everyone working virtually, you know, I'm actually able to assist students more actually after hours, even though I am exhausted after those Zoom meetings. When those Zoom meetings are over with in the afternoon, later afternoon, earlier afternoon, et cetera, you know, it actually gives me a time to, or a little bit more time, so that I can actually respond to students' emails or requests beyond normal hours where I would have anyway. And so in terms of modifying schedules, one of my boys decided it was a great idea to put a popcorn kernel in his ear. And this happened literally 2 weeks ago. And so I had a full slate of afternoon meetings, and my wife came up, my one son had gone up to my wife and said, you know, his ear hurt. My wife shined the flashlight in his ear, saw the popcorn kernel, went to me and said, look, I've got to take him to the hospital. And so that added a whole different layer of complexity, obviously, given everything we're going through right now with this COVID-19. There's certain restrictions hospitals have or whatever. Nevertheless, he was in pretty severe pain. And so what did I do? I modified my schedule. I kept all the meetings, and I had to watch my other son in the background. And, you know, sometimes it can be entertaining. How many of us have been in a Zoom meeting where our colleague or coworker or even supervisor has had his or her child screaming in the background, or dog barking, or whatever the case is? I mean, sometimes it's kind of a nice break. It brings a sense of you know, humanistic side to whomever we're Zoom meeting in on. But nevertheless, what are you going to do? You have to control what you can control. And anyone that wouldn't be sympathetic or understanding, you know, that's their fault. It's not yours. you are doing the best that you can given this adjusted situation. So control what you can control. And so my son's okay. He got the kernel removed, but nevertheless, I had a full slate of meetings, and it turned out to be quite entertaining for those 3 meetings. But nevertheless, it got done. Everything was fine. The people I was on the meeting with found it entertaining that my other son's, jumping on the couch, watching TV, running around like a crazy boy, going stir crazy inside this house. And so anyway, it did create a new spin for that meeting, or for those meetings. So my third step, in terms of fitting in new ways for old things, these are just some things that have helped me. I'm sure all of you have tried one, if not more of these. My wife had actually done a happy hour with her friends about a week and a half ago on a Saturday night, and it was great because she hadn't seen her friends in a while. They all got together, caught up. It was good for her. It was good for them. And so these are just new ways of doing, again, old things. If you're used to going out to the movies, rearrange your furniture in your living room or in your basement, wherever you watch movies. Get some popcorn going, get some snacks going. If it was family night and you were going to the movies, Zoom in them on the movie. It's going to be a little bit different, or they can buy the movie and you can buy the movie, press play at the same time, Zoom in on each other. Just try and, again, seize an opportunity, take a chance on change. Again, this is a new opportunity. And what we are doing with these whole, series of webinars we're going to be doing on LinkedIn events is what we're trying to do is make sure that you are not being stagnant. You are not just sitting on the sideline, letting things go by without being prepared to take the next step for your new normal. We're all going to be experiencing a new normal. The governor is slowly opening up the state. Even though local municipalities are kind of going against what is currently happening in Ohio here, there's going to come a time where this is all going to end, or it's going to end slowly. And so these are the things that you need to start thinking about now, if you haven't already, on how you're going to prepare yourself for when this new normal is going to arrive, because it will, and it will very soon. So summarizing what we just talked about, right? Maintain routines as much as you can, create modified schedules, and fit in new ways for old things. Now, here's some news that you can use. It normally takes 2 weeks to develop a habit, right? So what the example I'm going to give you is, if you've been laid off, or if you've been furloughed, or any of those unfortunate situations, your new job now is to better position yourself for when this situation is over. Think about, if you've been laid off or furloughed and you're looking for a new job, what kind of a conversation you could be having with a recruiter, with an interviewer, if you said to him or her, I have done all of these things, since learning of my layoff, or since learning of being furloughed. I've earned 5 digital badges. I've earned an MBA level certification. I've earned my MBA degree. I mean, think of that kind of a conversation where you showed that you took control of an adverse situation. You positioned yourself so that you would be able to have this kind of a conversation with a recruiter or an employer. I mean, think how impressive that would be on top of all your other accomplishments that you would have on your resume. So again, this situation will not last forever. Take charge of it and make it work for you instead of you working for it. Don't waste time, be proactive, adopt that positive mindset, and again, be more proactive rather than reactive. And again, there's no better time to prepare yourself for when this situation is over than right now. Become empowered on your own volition though. Don't wait for someone else to empower you. You need to become empowered. You need to take control. Look for those professional development opportunities on LinkedIn, such as what we're doing here on these webinars. Look for digital badges that you can earn. Persevere, and now is the time. So again, we kind of just touched on a lot of these things with that previous slide. But again, it bears worth repeating. Do not sit on the sidelines. Just get to work, okay? Even if you are currently employed and you might be looking for a different opportunity or some part-time work, there are things that you can do now to, again, better position yourself for those types of interview conversations. Update your resume. And again, look for these professional seminars, look for these free online workshops, look for digital badges that you can earn. These become very attractive to LinkedIn recruiters when they are searching around for different people with different characteristics applicable for their specific openings. Enroll in a graduate MBA class. I mean, at Ashland University, we offer Six Sigma. At the completion of one course, you're eligible to become nationally certified as a green belt. We offer digital marketing classes where upon the successful completion of those classes, you can become AMA certified and take the AMA certification exam. We offer project management classes where you could become a PM or a PMP certified. These are all nationally recognized certifications that you can take actually independent of the MBA program if you would like to. If you don't have your MBA, enroll in one. And again, all of these tips and tricks and things of that nature, these are all pieces of information applicable to whether you are an alum of Ashland University, you already have your MBA degree from a different program or a different college, or you're a current student or a prospective student, and you're thinking about, well, how am I going to juggle all this? How am I going to manage to work or be unemployed and take classes and better position yourself? Have a conversation with us. Comment in the LinkedIn box, email me, follow me on Twitter, connect with me on LinkedIn, whatever method. I'd be happy to show you how we can make our program and our classes work for you, regardless of your situation. And so with all that, I want to thank you for watching. It really comes down to time management and prioritizing things for what is going on currently in your life so that you will be successful coming out of this. But the main thing is you need to take control of the situation. We've all had enough time to sulk and to bellyache, etc. We're all in this together. We're all dealing with an adverse situation. What are we going to do? We can do this together. We can move forward together, and we're happy to help you at Ashland University and in our College of Business and Economics. So again, I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to connect with me. Feel free to follow us in terms of our MBA program and on all of our social media. There's more information on mba.ashland.edu. But again, I welcome and invite you not only to comment in the LinkedIn comment boxes, but also feel free to reach out to me at any time. Again, thank you for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and I look forward to carrying on this conversation with you. Thanks.